Well, we apologize for the horrendous issues we had in the first half. Lots to be dissected there, but lots to be dissected about the first half of this game as well. Kendrick Fruits, Vance Ballard here with you, coming to you from Pride Field. Second half of homecoming, moments away from getting started. Pride trailing 20-7 at the break. And really quickly, Vance, we're going to run through the score summary, and then you can kind of tell us your thoughts on the first half. Greensboro gets on the board. Cameron Turner making the start today, and a touchdown pass to Jaden Morrison. It's Morrison's first catch of the year, and he scores the touchdown to make it 6-0, PAT 7-0. Then Jeremiah Lane, a 23-yard run for the touchdown. They do not get the PAT. It was blocked 7-6. Second quarter, it's all BC. A touchdown run by Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel, 26 yards, and then Ethan Beamish. You knew you weren't going to keep him down forever. 20-yard touchdown pass to Christian Robertson. And so we go to the half. It's 20-7.
And honestly, Kendrick, the Pride should feel pretty fortunate about that 20-7 score. They've had a few miscues, few mishaps. Fumbled the ball 3 times already tonight. Only lost one of them, fortunately. That was on a botched punt return, which was a crucial play in this game. If you could not script a better start for the Pride, much the opposite of our broadcast here. It's been chaotic for the first half. The Pride, it turned out to be chaotic, but the start was fantastic. A beautiful first drive, drove it right down the field on the Tornadoes, scored, got a penalty, and didn't let that deflate them. They were able to score again, put them up 7-0, got a beautiful stop, 3 and out on the Brevard offense on their first drive, forced a punt, but unfortunately that's when things went off the rails. Fumbled the punt return. Brevard got it back deep in Greensboro territory, scored on the very next play, and Old Man Mo has been on that sidelines ever since. That's been the issue. One of the nagging that team has been penalty yardage, 5 penalties for 72 total yards in the first half, just 36 penalty yards for the Tornadoes. But all in all, on the stat sheet, Kendrick, if we go over it, you're going to be surprised at the score. As a matter of fact, now Brevard does have the advantage through the air over Greensboro, 105 yards passing to 46 yards from Cameron Turner. But on the ground, it's been all Pride, 162 rushing yards in the first half for Greensboro. 162 yards for Greensboro, led on the ground by Cameron Turner, actually the freshman quarterback. He's got 76 yards rushing. Cameron Torrance Kelly with 46. And Keon Westmoreland with 35. So it's not been a matter of not being able to move the ball. This Pride team has over 200 yards of offense in the first half. A 20-yard advantage over the Tornadoes, but what's been the issue has been sustaining the drives. 2 turnover on downs from the Pride, 2 failed fourth down conversions out of Greensboro, and that's really been what bit them. And then, of course, the turnover as well, and that's how we get to 20-7. Clean play on the offensive side of the ball from Brevard. A few miscues, a couple turnover on downs. Inability to sustain a drive from the Pride has been their doing in, and Reagan Sawyer kicks this one away. We're underway in the third quarter here, Kendrick.
Yeah, absolutely. Picked up there just inside the 10-yard line, working his way up the middle. He's got a bit of a hole, still taking off past the 45-yard line to the 50. He's got one man to beat. That's the kicker. Sawyer dives, cannot get him. It's a touchdown on the opening kick return of the second half. And, well, one thing we were going to talk about, Vance, was the fact that Greensboro has struggled in the third quarter, but right now they're struggling just in all facets of the game right now.
Yes, we've talked about it really all day long. Got to keep an eye out for this third quarter, and just like that, Jeremiah Lane shows us why as he takes the opening kickoff of the second half all the way back to the house. About 90 yards. He fielded that right around the 10. A very long run. He found a crease, bursted up the middle there of the Pride kick return team. 26-7 the score now.
So you go from down 13 to getting ready to be down 20. PAT coming. Snap, spot, kick is up. And we have a new score. 14:47 to go, third quarter, 27-7 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So it is 27-7 here in the third quarter, 14:47 to go. That took all of 13 seconds into the second half. Kickoff heading towards the sideline, and it's going to die just inside the 5-yard line. And they're going to try to take it out.
Just could not be a worse break, Kendrick.
No.
That ball was headed to the side, towards the out-of-bounds line. Sincere McIntyre got out of the way of it to let it go out of bounds, and it took a very Brevard-friendly hop and just sat right on the sidelines. Could have been a catastrophe. Now the Pride will start deep in their own territory.
Yeah, when you say deep, I think we're talking inside the 5 here. And not very often that's the situation on a kickoff.
They're going to put it right at the 5, it looks like. A very unfortunate situation. Just could not be a much worse start to this second half.
No, but we'll see what kind of adjustments they've made at halftime. You talked about some of the numbers there at the half, Vance, and I think one of the big things, obviously, you can't abandon the running game.
No, not at all.
You don't have a passing game
right.
yet, so, or at least you haven't established the passing game yet. You can't really afford to make that change. Turner takes the snap, hands that one off up the middle. Still on his feet and up close to, I don't know, maybe the
15 it looks
or
like.
so.
Going to be close to the first down.
Yeah, but I think that was
Westmoreland.
Yep, Kewan Westmoreland. 7 carries, 35 yards in the first half.
They gave him 7, put it on the, what's that, the 12?
About the 12, yep. So second down at about 3. Turner's got 1 man to the near side, 2 to the far. Takes the snap, hands it off to Torrance Kelly. He's trying to find the middle and instead finds a plethora of blue and white.
Yes, he does.
And
Cameron,
maybe they give it back to the line of scrimmage there.
Yep, Cameron Eubanks was the first man in the backfield, number 70, the big number 70 in blue and white. First man on the tackle.
One thing you talked about, Vance, was going for it on 4th down and not having success. But obviously, if you're Greensboro here, you don't even want to have to make that decision this early in the second half.
It is manageable yardage, 3rd and about 2 yards, which would make it 4th and manageable, but you don't want to have to go for it on your 12.
2 receivers to the far, 1 to the near. Torrance Kelly to the right of Turner. Turner takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolling out, and pass incomplete. Kind of threw it in between a couple of receivers, both Jones and Morrison, rather, and neither one really appeared ready for it.
Jaden Deaton on the covery there, and it looked like he was working at TSA in the airport, to be honest. I'm not sure how we didn't get a flag there because he was wrapped around the Pride receiver like a scarf.
Well, Gallardi is going to go out there and punt for the first time today.
Yeah, and again, it has not been inability to move the ball for this Pride offense. That's really the first drive they've had come to a stop on a 3 and out, and now it's going to be a punt. Clean snap. Catch, the kick is in the air. It's going to be a short punt, but it does take a Greensboro bounce across the 50-yard line, goes out of bounds. 46. 41, I'm sorry.
We'll see what the defense does here. Obviously, the offense adjustments leave a little bit to be desired, at least through the first possession of the second half. We'll see what happens here with Ethan Beamish. Actually, looks like there's a penalty way back there.
I was about to say he threw the flag out of bounds. It's on the Pride sideline is where the flag actually landed. So we'll await. These officials have had quite a few lengthy discussions here in the first half, especially in the first half. It's been a chippy game all night long. These two teams came out not really fond of each other. This is an in-state rivalry. Both these teams know that this is a big game. Greensboro knows this is the first night game in the history of Pride Field. The
penalty's going to go against Brevard here. A personal foul after the play, so they're going to move them back probably 15 here.
Told you, it's been a chippy one, and I don't expect that to change here in this second half. I would expect to see some sort of fight from this Greensboro Pride team as they now trail by 20. 3-score game here. Still very early in the second half, 13-16 on the clock. And they are indeed going to back the Tornadoes up, so we'll let them do that before this drive takes place.
You mentioned Beamish's numbers at the break, 7 of 8, 105 yards and a touchdown. He's absolutely torn up Greensboro in 2 meetings, 2 meetings prior. but they're not really asking him to do a ton right now. He's not had to do a ton right now.
No, just 4 pass attempts in that first half. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And
No.
they've or 8 pass attempts, in that first half. But he is over 100 yards on those 8.
Beamish has thrown 9 touchdowns now, and 1 interception against Greensboro in 2.5 games. He's going to take it himself here and work his way for a gain of about 4 to 5 yards there. I think we're going to give him 5.
Nice tackle by Bishop Brown there, a name that has been said several times. Obviously,
Sure.
we couldn't have said it much on the broadcast in the first half, but Bishop Brown has had a nice night tonight.
But we would have, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
2nd and 5 here. 1 receiver to the near side, close to the line. 1 on the far. Runner goes in motion. Beamish under center, hands it off. Cutting back past the first down marker, past the 45 to the 47 is, I believe that was that Fauntleroy McDaniel?
No, that was Rayshawn Williams, number 2 on the carry.
Williams, okay, yep. Williams with his 5th touch of the game.
ZFM had a nice first half, but he led the Tornadoes in rushing, but it has been a heavy dose of Williams as well. And Jeremiah Hyde, number 14, the touchdown scorer, also has a rushing touchdown as well as a kick return touchdown on the night.
Beamish again under center, puts this one in the gut of Williams, who works his way across midfield and now up to approaching the 45-yard line. I think they're going to get to the 46. So that'll be a gain of about 7.
And that's something I'm going to be interested to see here from this Pride defense in the second half, Kendrick. How in this defensive line, the defense has been the strong suit of this team. The defensive line been the strong suit of this defense so far this year. And I'm going to be interested to see how they can bow up, how they can slow down this rushing attack, and maybe put some pressure on Bemis when he does drop back, because I feel like Brevard is just trying to lull Greensboro to sleep with the run, wait till they get one too many guys close to the line.
Beamish in the gun, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, still looking, and fires towards the far sideline, incomplete.
Defense there not biting too hard on the play action.
Pass intended for Reggie Taylor.
Nice containment over there on the edge by LeJalen Wilson, number 99. Came in for Frank Walker on that play, and he did a nice job not letting Bemis get too far outside, not giving him room to run, making him throw that ball. Really just kind of threw it away.
So that'll set up 3rd down and 3, 11:15 to go, 3rd quarter, Pride down 20.
Big 3rd down for this Pride defense here. This is where I look to see what that defensive line is going to do. How can they step up? How can they bow their necks here?
3 receivers to the far side, none to the near. Looked like a little motion there, but Beamish is going to hand this off to Williams, working his way down to the left-hand side. Actually, that is Fauntleroy McDaniel, and he's got the first down and plenty more. He's going to be close to the 30-yard line, and that'll be a gain of about 16 yards.
Once again, 44 rushing yards in the first half for ZFM. He added to that total now. He's well over 50, probably around 60 after a rush of what it was about 15 yards. And a first down well into the Pride territory. That ball is going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
10:40 and rolling.
I'm sorry, that's the 30-yard line.
Yeah, the bad thing about being a little bit lower than we were on the other side, you lose your depth perception a little bit. Beamish in the gun. We'll hand this off to Williams. Williams met by the initial line, maybe gains a couple. Overall, though, good containment there by the Greensboro defense.
Nice pressure there by the Pride D-line, and we're going to have a stoppage. We've got a member of the Pride down on the field. Looks like he's cramping as he's already being stretched out.
Yep, so while they take a look at him, we will step aside here for a quick moment. Greensboro trying to stop what would be a very, very bitter pill to swallow, if you would, if Brevard's able to turn this into points. We'll step aside here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. 2nd down and 7, 10-17 to go. Greensboro trailing by 20.
Desperately need a stop here.
Beamish takes the snap from the gun, rolling out to his right, feels some pressure, and is now dropped by the pressure.
And there it is. That's exactly what we needed to see. Will Pelthorpe came crashing off the edge on a blitz there, forcing Beamish back into the pocket where he was swallowed up by Frank Walker and company.
I think Deshaun Holman's going to actually get credit for the sack. Frank Walker, though, by the way, did get a half sack in the first half, and he is starting to creep his way up that leaderboard. He was just a couple sacks away from the top spot of all time. Needed 1.5 sacks to move into a tie for 9th all time, so now just needs 1.
And he's got plenty of time left to do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Just a sophomore, Frank Walker.
That's the insane part about it.
And had a fantastic freshman season last year as well.
3rd down and 14 behind the sticks. Beamish takes the snap.
He's under pressure again.
Steps up, rolling to his left, wanting to air this one out down the near sideline and just throws it away. That is incomplete. Will bring up 4th down and long. Another injured Greensboro player in the middle of the field.
And Kendrick, I don't expect to see this by any means, but there is a question. It's worth asking the question, was that intentional grounding? I know there was a receiver headed in that direction, but he wasn't anywhere close to where that ball went out of bounds.
Well, I think he got outside the tackle, which I think is ultimately why he's going to be saved there.
Yeah, but a fantastic stop nonetheless by the Greensboro defense. We've got a member of the Pride down on the field. The training staff is out there taking a look. We'll figure out who that is here in just a second.
Yep, absolutely. And again, a reminder of what has gone down earlier today. Women's soccer punching their ticket into the postseason with a 2-0 victory earlier today against North Carolina Wesleyan. Advance a heartbreaker in the men's game. A 1-0 lead for the men's team for most of the day. They see it evaporate at the very end. They fall 2-1.
Yes, they did. Unfortunate break for the men's soccer team there. We were here watching that one as well. Hopefully you guys were watching along with us. It was an exciting second half full of 3 goals, but a few unlucky breaks and some questionable decisions by the officials led, unfortunately, to the Pride's demise.
Good thing is for them, they're not out of it yet. They need just 1 point on Wednesday to lock things up. And, I mean, that's the easy way about it. You can also hope that SVU loses, but it's much better to just take care of things on your own end than to put your trust into somebody else in the conference. So could very well be, if things go Greensboro's way on Wednesday, that we could have 2 soccer teams in the postseason.
And all you can ask for this late in the year is controlling your own destiny. That's the situation they're in. So does this defense now.
They're going for it on 4th down is Brevard. 4 wide receivers and an empty backfield for Beamish. Stepping up, hit as he throws. That one incomplete. Kind of threw it in between a couple of guys. Robertson, the near receiver, and over in the end zone was Bolton, and that one drops harmlessly to the turf in between the two. It'll be a turnover on downs.
And Elijah Hebron, number 28 in black, made quite the introduction to Ethan Beamish on that play right there. He planted him as he was throwing. He was coming untouched on a safety blitz, a bit of a delay, but he got there, and I think he was a big reason why that ball was airmailed the way it was.
Well, with a 20-point lead, were you surprised to see Brevard go for it on 4th and long there?
A little bit there I was. I think it is kind of the no-man's land position that I like to say when you got the ball in between the 50 and the 35-ish, where it's a little long for a field goal, a little short for a punt, so you might as well. But now, hopefully, let's see if this Pride offense can take advantage.
Turner going to take it himself up the middle, and the quarterback keeper lowers the boom on a defender, now backing his way to midfield. I tell you what, Turner this year has been absolutely impressive tonight. He's going to be approaching 90 yards on the ground.
And he made quite the introduction to Jaden Deaton on that play, returns the favor. This Pride team, they're laying some lumber right now, not laying down, not giving up. Still a lot of football left to be played, trailed by 3 scores. But the offense is on the move now. Cameron Turner has had a fantastic night running the football, this freshman quarterback.
And an opportunity to make a little bit of history as well, at least dating back to 2010. There has not been a Greensboro quarterback to rush for 100 yards in a game. He's up.
I was about to say, if I was a betting man.
4 yards or so. Was that
Javion Carr on the reception. Pride sidelines clamoring for a penalty, but I don't think they're going to get one there.
I don't think so either. Well, there is going to be a face mask penalty called on Brevard, so tack on some extra yardage there for the Pride.
Good eyes from this Pride sideline. They called that from all the way across the field there. But, hey, take what you can get. That'll be a first down. This Pride offense continues to move. Kendrick, a vital possession here in what is a 20-point game in the third quarter.
Yeah, if you want any opportunity to get back in this game, I think this drive has to end with points, especially now with the penalty yardage marching them to the 30-yard line or just outside of it, maybe the 31.
Still a lot of football left to be played. 8 minutes and 25 seconds here in the third quarter.
3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far, an empty backfield for Turner. Puts Torrance Kelly in motion, now fakes the handoff to him, but he is swamped up and
that's going to be 15 free ones there,
yeah.
And I think a flag just came out of the stands. There were so many being thrown. That was, I understand trying to make a point and I understand trying to make a play, but that was a boneheaded move there. I believe that was Robert Dorsey on the sack there. He came in, or on the tackle, he came in and did a fantastic job not biting on that RPO, but just a boneheaded tackle. Going to be 15 more free ones, and now we're in Reagan Sawyer territory.
I don't know that you're thinking Reagan Sawyer here at this point.
No, you don't hope for it, but you now know you feel a little better about points coming out of the drive, that's for sure.
Well, let's see if that fires up the team. Obviously, you don't like your quarterback getting hit, especially somebody who has sparked the offense like Turner has today. So we'll see if that fires this offense up a little bit.
Yep.
Turner handing that flag to the official.
Probably saying thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's going to put it just outside the 10. What do you think, about the 14-yard line or so?
Yes, I believe that is where the official's standing, right at the 14.
So two receivers far, 3 to the near, empty backfield again for Turner. Takes the snap, dropping back, looking right, feels the pressure, and again he's brought down. Another sack here. That's been a problem for Greensboro this year. They take an awful lot of sacks, and that has not changed here today.
Bailey Ramey came rushing through untouched, a little delayed linebacker blitz.
He's got 1.5 today.
Yes, he does. He came in with a half on the year, and he's already surpassed that total just this evening. And that puts the Pride offense behind schedule, way behind the chains.
7:38 to go, third quarter. Trey Jones coming off. He's got Smith on the far side. Receivers to the near side are Privet and Brown. Westmoreland in the backfield to the left, rather, of Turner, who is in the gun, dropping back. Airs this one out, looking for the end zone. One-on-one. Pass incomplete. Looking for a flag there is Smith. He's not going to get it. Also, I think Greensboro might have had wide open K.J. Brown in the middle of the field. There were no defenders on him.
They did, and Turner took a shot once again from Bailey Ramey, who was coming through that line at a rapid pace, and you can tell Turner is feeling the effects of that one.
So third down and long, about 19. Now you may be right about potentially being in. So you got to come away with some sort of points here.
Depending on how many yards you get here, whether or not you consider going for it. But you got to be cognizant of the score. You need points at this point in the third quarter no matter what.
Turner rolling out to his right, looking for an open man. Throws, I think, behind Carr and caught it out of bounds. So it will be fourth down and long.
I don't know if he had the first down yardage, but Carr was streaking across the field wide open towards the sideline there. Just a unfortunate break for Turner, a bad pass as he let him through it behind the man who was crashing towards the sideline.
Offense is going to stay out there for Greensboro. You see Crowder heading over to the far side now as well. Near side receivers will be Privet and Brown. Crowder and Carr to the far side. And Curry Dykes, one of your pass-catching running backs in the backfield with Turner. Fourth down and
coverage
long.
On the outside.
Dropping back, wants to air this one out towards the end zone. One-on-one with Brown, looking for it, incomplete. Looking for a flag, he gets it.
If he didn't, I was gonna be the one looking for it if they weren't. That was very obvious as Heaton did not get his head turned around at all on that play. He was beat, or Deaton was beat by K.J. Brown. A good play call there from the Pride offense. And a good ball, frankly,
absolutely.
from Turner.
And the defender never turned his head to look back at the ball either. So Greensboro is going to pick up a huge first down on the penalty. And
Strife stays alive.
yeah, it's going to put him probably near the 10-yard line.
These are the kind of things this Pride team, this Pride offense has got to take advantage of, Kendrick. These gifts. You have to make these hurt right now. This desperately needs to be a 7-point drive.
So they're going to spot it at about the 6th. Well, now they're just
first
now
and
trying
goal.
to set up the chains. The officials aren't sure where to put the ball. They were at the 24.
My math makes that the 9.
But I think if the penalty yardage, if you cannot do that distance twice, I think normally they take it halfway, which it looks like they're going to put it at the 12. So
no, the chains have laid it down. I think they are at the 9.
Okay.
It's
so
first down, chain gangs laid the 6 down.
Goal at the 9. And Turner is under center, takes the snap, hands this off to Torrance Kelly, who's wrapped up immediately by the middle of that Brevard line.
Just a good push by that Tornado D-line there as Torrance Kelly did not have much room to run. He did a nice job, frankly, getting that back to the line of scrimmage.
Clock running, 6.5 to go, third quarter. And again, Curry Dykes checking back in as Torrance Kelly comes off. You've got Jones in a one-on-one to the far side. As we say that, Shamar Privet goes streaking over to that side. No receivers here to the near. And I think Coach Card is a little displeased with the way that possession or that play was about to unfold with 3 seconds on the play clock. They were not set up. They were not prepared. So with 6:15 to go, we'll step aside here. Greensboro down 20 but threatening on the Greensboro College Sports Network. The 9. Second down and goal at the 9 here. Turner is going to line up under center. 2 receivers to the far side. Morrison in motion, now returns back. Pitches this to the outside. That's Dykes, and Dykes is wrapped up in the backfield. Probably a loss of about 5. Should send him back to about the 14-yard line.
Tackle by number 6, Quintrell Bowman there, and I don't know exactly what that play call was. We're up here, of course. I'm not sure what Jaden Morrison's assignment on that play was, but when he went in motion, came back across, he ran right by Bowman, and Bowman was the man that made the tackle. I know he was the lead blocker, and that may not have been his assignment necessarily, but Morrison did run right by him, which allowed for Bowman to make that tackle. Third and good distance
goal,
now.
But at the 14-yard line. 2 receivers far side. Lined up close to the near is Brown. Turner in the gun, dropping back, looking right, and gets hit from behind. He was worried about number 70 and ends up getting hit, I think, by 15.
Yes, that's Robert Dorsey on the sack. It looked like Brown lost his footing a little bit there, too, which did him no favors on that play, but ultimately it was Dorsey that was his demise. I see the offense still on the field.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and goal from about the 19-yard line. It was about a 5-yard sack there.
And I think on a 4th and goal here, Kendrick, I think I might kick this field goal. I know we're running out of time. I know there's only 4:50 left in the third quarter. But it's still it's going to be very deflating to run a drive this long and get nothing out of it.
Yeah, field goal here would be about 35.
Yep.
Turner takes the snap, rolling out, flushed from the left, and he's brought down again. Another sack, and Dorsey was again the man to get back there. And it is a third failed fourth down for Greensboro today.
Yes, it is. That's going to be a turnover on downs, as I mentioned, and you can see a little bit, you can kind of feel that deflation that is getting nothing out of a very long, methodical drive like that. Now just 4:30 on the clock here in the third quarter, and the defense going back on the field.
So here comes Beamish and company back out there for the Tornadoes.
With a big lead and an already established ground game, you got to think Beamish is just about packed it in terms of throwing the ball here tonight. Could surprise me, could be wrong about that, but.
Yeah, Beamish today 7 of 11, 105 yards in the touchdown. And, you know, you look at some of the numbers here. Greensboro has been outgained 228 to 212. That's what is that what your numbers have?
Yep.
Okay, yep. So 228 to 212. Turner 5 of 12 for 51 yards, but also 72 yards in rushing because, of course, the sacks hurt that number. He's now been sacked 5 times. Beamish takes the snap from under center, hands this one off to Williams. Williams will cross the...
Just on the other side of the 25.
Yeah, just past the 25-yard line to... Actually, he ended up getting close to the 30 there. So,
friendly spot.
Yeah. About to the...
8.2 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Tonight for Brevard. As a team, Williams has got to be up around that number as well. But the Tornadoes have had no problem running the ball tonight, and that's what they're going to try to do here. And
Beamish hands it off to Williams. Spin move, and he's got room to run past the 40-yard line and brought down at about the 42. Greensboro had him in the backfield.
Jay Law almost took that handoff. I'm not sure he knew which one to hit, and Williams made a fantastic move to make him miss. Ended up getting a big gain out of that. But a good blitz there by Jay Law as he came free. Just couldn't quite convert on the tackle.
So first down, 3:20 to go in the third quarter. Beamish again in the gun. Williams now has 65 yards rushing. Beamish will drop back, throws quick to the near side, caught Douglas. Past midfield, breaks the tackle, and he's still got room to run. He's inside the 30-yard line and slammed down close to the 25.
The tackle, I saw Will Pelthorpe coming out. I knew that he was going down. That's not a lot of missed tackles out of number 1 in black.
Hand off here to Williams. Williams working to the right-hand side. Made one man miss, couldn't make another. Tackle made around the 15-yard line. That's going to be Alan Redford, the freshman from Winston-Salem, on the stop.
Second and short, another big drive for this Pride defense. You got to think really any more points here for Brevard make this mountain a whole lot higher to climb.
Yeah, we'll call it second down and 2 at the 18-yard line. Beamish in the gun. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. Throws that one almost intercepted. Throws that one there right to Zaire Ray. In and out of the hands of the Greensboro defender. That'll bring up third down and short.
Mebane native Zaire Ray. Shout out the hometown.
Zaire Ray recovered a fumble, returned it for a touchdown last week against Belhaven.
Former Eastern Alamance Eagle.
And the thing is, Zaire Ray was so wide open that if he makes that catch, I don't know that you stop him.
Oh, no, he might still be running. He could have run all the way back to Mebane with how much space he had in front of him there. But a fantastic play to get his big paw on it and knock it down nonetheless. Third down and short.
Beamish under center. Fakes the handoff to Fauntleroy McDaniel. Gives instead to Williams. Williams gets tripped up. He's going to be short, I think. Greensboro wanting a flag.
Vance wanting a flag.
Vance wanting a flag. And he did get the first down. I thought he was going to be short, but he got just enough, it looks like, And it will be a Brevard first down as the clock ticks to 1.5 minutes in the third quarter.
It was again Zaire Ray, and I'm pretty sure I almost saw the back of his jersey on the front there with the way he is being blocked. Just missed by the white hat. Results in a first down for the Tornadoes.
And you can expect a healthy dose of running the ball, I think, with the occasional Beamish rollout thrown in there. Pitches this one to the near side, working around, trying to find the edge, and cannot do so is Lane, and Lane is going to be brought down for a minimal gain. Good job by the Greensboro defense of stringing that one out along the line of scrimmage.
Lions share the work there done by Will Pelthorpe, again setting that edge. He's been everywhere tonight on defense. It's nice to have a healthy Will Pelthorpe as part of this Pride defense.
Yep.
He's been a staple piece for Coach Terrain's D all year long, and he's an athlete. When he's on the field, you can tell the difference that he makes for sure.
Second down and 10. Should be the last play of the third quarter. Empty backfield for Beamish as he drops back. Stepping up now, rolling to his left. Firing this one back corner of the end zone. Almost intercepted, in and out of the hands of Tyler Lee Thaxton. And it will bring up third down and 10. High throw from Beamish. I don't really know the thought process there because there was not a receiver that was going to get to that ball.
No, I think he was just praying it got far enough over everybody's heads, and he got lucky there. Frank Walker was bearing down on him coming from the right, from Beamish's right side. A good pass rush there by big number 98. You know, when he's coming, you can feel him breathing down your neck.
23.6 left on the third quarter clock.
Third and long, big stop opportunity for the defense.
Beamish dropping back now, wanting to air it out to the right-hand side. Throws into the end zone, in and out of the hands, the one hand, if you will, of his intended target there. I think that was
Reggie Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor again.
You got to look down and pick out which number 6 is on offense and which one's on defense. This Brevard roster's doubled up at almost every number.
I know I've got it wrong a few times.
As have I.
So fourth down and 10. A field goal from here would be 32 yards from the 15-yard line, and it does, in fact, look as if they're going to send out the field goal unit here. Vandegrift on the field goal try. Snaps.
Freshman on the kick.
Spot kick is
I
up,
think he
and
missed it
no
wide
good.
left.
Vandegrift misses on the field goal try. And with 14.7 to go in the third quarter, which will keep it here to the end of the quarter, but Greensboro bending but not breaking there on that defensive stand.
And another opportunity for this offense to take advantage of a not wasted drive, but I guess since they didn't score, a wasted drive by Brevard. It's going to be imperative for the young Turner and the rest of this offense to get something positive going, some signs of life, and points are a necessity.
Vandegrift is now 5 out of 10 on field goal tries this year. So 14.7 to go in the third. Greensboro try to just see if you get something positive here on, again, what could be the final play of the third.
And they have stuck with the freshman Turner all evening long now, not the traditional.
Hands this one off up the middle. I think it was Torrance Kelly for a couple, and that will send us to the final quarter. But, yeah, I mean, nothing else has worked this year. So
I guess that's true.
Might as well. So that will send us to the fourth quarter. Greensboro looking for a little homecoming magic when we come back down 20 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Start of the fourth quarter here. Greensboro and Brevard have switched sides. Turner takes the snap and looks like a little bit of miscommunication there. Torrance Kelly still on his feet. Oh, slippery move to the outside to the 35-yard line. Cuts back in. He's past the 45. He's brought down finally at the 49-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 28 yards, and there's a Greensboro player down. It's an offensive lineman back at the 25-yard line, but right now it's a gain of 28 or so for Cameron Torrance Kelly.
And Westmoreland is coming off, grabbing his shoulder. He's a little sore, but I have to shout him out for that block he just made that sprung Torrance Kelly. He was on the outside over here as Kelly was coming around, and he found a man and hit him with that shoulder that he does appear to be grabbing right now. We'll keep an eye on it on the sidelines. But a fantastic block by Westmoreland there, really the key to springing Torrance Kelly for that big gain.
With that injury, we will step aside here for a moment as he's tended to. We'll give you the information when we come back. 14:44 to go, third quarter on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So following the injury to Dalton Ovando, who's come off the field hobbling, not putting a whole lot of weight on that left leg, it's first down at the 39-yard line. Turner fakes the handoff to Torrance Kelly, fires this one behind Privet, who drops it. Had to turn around. It still hit him in the hands, but not the best placed ball there from Turner.
No, but if that's caught, that's a first down. If it's thrown correctly, Privet might still be running. That was a good play call, a nice route by Shamar out here on the outside, a beautiful slant route to get in front to cross his defender's face. And again, a good pass. Definitely equals a first down, probably a little bit more.
But you got to remember, too, Turner is a freshman.
Oh, yeah.
So there's certainly some time to grow.
Yeah, no knock on Turner. It hit Privet in the hands. He could have caught the pass. There's no question about that there. But a good pass, one that comes with experience.
Turner fakes the handoff and gets immediately swallowed up in the backfield again by Brevard. And this is going to be Quintrell Bowman, the defensive back, senior from Roxborough. And that is the 6th sack for Turner. Third down and 11.
And just staying behind the chains, getting too far off schedule as this Pride offense. It's not really much you can do with 6 sacks on the day, especially when you're starting a true freshman at quarterback.
Absolutely.
And he's running for his life on most of the plays that aren't sacks as well.
3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Turner dropping back. Here comes pressure again. He steps up, tries to avoid it. Now he's going to take off himself to the 45-yard line. He's sandwiched at the 40.
Going to be close.
He's going to be really close. They should. He loses his helmet. Oh, there's a flag back at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be Greensboro's 6th penalty. Actually, though, the first penalty the Pride have committed in the second half.
And an interesting sight coming onto the field now. Number 14 in
Chase
black.
Altus is going to check back in. He's been the starter most of the year. Turnovers have been the problem for Chase, but he's got the cannon. That's the one thing here. You're backed up deep, and you need a deep ball thrown. Chase is the guy.
The good news about that as well is usually when you need a deep ball caught, Shamar Prevet is the guy.
3 receivers far side, 2 to the near.
Lot of cushion. This is a prevent defense that Brevard is playing right here. Lot of cushion on the line.
Willing to give Greensboro the underneath routes. Altus dropping back. He's not interested in the underneath route. Steps up, penalty flag again. That one's in and out of the hands of his intended target. And I think this one may come back again. Or could be declined. It'll be 4th down and long. But I think the penalty is on Greensboro. Yep, it is for a hold.
Penalty is declined.
So 4th down and 21. And the punting unit comes out. KJ Brown, maybe the intended receiver there?
Sincere McIntyre.
Sincere McIntyre.
Yep, right off the hands.
You know, their jerseys are so, they get wadded up, the 19 and the 10.
Oh, yeah, and the numbers, they blur together quite a bit. First time we've had to see them at night.
Yeah.
They do pop a little bit off the black jerseys
nice
at night.
It is really nice.
First ever night game here at Pride Field.
Yeah, with all the craziness going on today, we didn't really get a chance to talk about that a ton.
Nope. Fantastic crowd out here for homecoming,
yeah,
Hall of Fame weekend as well. Brevard traveled well.
Gallardi, a low liner on the punt. And it's going to be returned now, reversing field up past the 30-yard line, now past the 40. Still on his way to the 45, to the 40 on the other side, out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. And a great punt return there.
Jeremiah Lane's well over 150 return yards on the night, whether it be from punt returns, kickoff returns. It doesn't matter. He has had big plays on both. He took the opening kickoff of the second half back for a touchdown, which is how we got to 27-7. Good job from this Pride defense. They haven't given up. They've not budged, really. A lot of bend, don't break play, but they haven't budged, haven't given up any points on the defensive side of the ball so far in this half. Just can't seem to get anything going offensively either.
So a short field for Beamish and company. They're actually going to mark him out of bounds at about the 37-yard line with 12:58 to go in the fourth quarter. And Beamish will hand it off here on first down. Fauntleroy McDaniel taking off. He's got room to run. There's a flag down. He takes off towards the 10-yard line, maybe just to it. But there is a flag thrown in the defensive secondary. So, looks like too many men on the field for Greensboro there. You get an extra man on the field and still give up a 20-yard run.
You know, that's never a good thing.
No.
you want those where you have extra men on the field to be negative plays,
right?
Not explosive plays. And ZFM has had an explosive night all night long. It actually says that on the back of his jersey, Kendrick. I don't know if you've noticed that or not, but they haven't put his name on his jersey. It just says ZFM. And if that's what he's good to be called, I won't try to pronounce that name too many times. It's not a hard pronunciation, but it is a bit long, so ZFM comes off the tongue a little better.
I think they said it doesn't fit on the nameplate.
Yeah, that's it.
Beamish under center. Will hand it off to Williams up the middle. He's wrapped up pretty quickly. Maybe a yard or two.
You're a baseball guy, Kendrick. Could do the old Jeff Samardzija on his nameplate and wrap it around his shoulders.
Yeah, Or Jared Saltalamacchia.
I was about to say Jared Saltalamacchia comes to mind as well.
You know, the one that I think of, he only won, I think, 13 games for the Giants in the 1990s, but there was a fellow named William Van Landingham.
Yep. And his went almost, it was almost all the way around down to his rib cage, how long his name was. I do remember that. Second down.
Second down, we'll call it 7. Beamish with the handoff to, as you say, ZFM.
Ball.
I think came out there. Greensboro's saying they have it.
A lot of pointing in the direction of the black. We've got some hands waving.
Waiting for an official signal. Trying to get to the bottom of the pile. They do. Greensboro recovers the fumble.
There we go again. Bending, but not breaking on the defensive side of the ball. Interested to see who runs out in the backfield here to man this offense. We'll see if it's Altus or Turner yet again.
Well, running out with the football was Jaden Barnes, who's led Greensboro all night with 6 tackles. We'll see if that could be the spark they needed. Turner is going to go back out there offensively for the Pride.
Which confirms your theory about the deep ball. They just needed a little bit more arm strength from Chase Altus, and Turner will grow into that. He's just a freshman, but Altus a little older, a little bigger, a little stronger arm. Almost made something happen on that third down there.
Yeah, you go from 6'0", 180 to 6'4", 225.
Yeah, yeah.
So first down and 10 for Greensboro. They're backed up deep inside their 10-yard line, but they have the ball. Handoff up the middle, not a whole lot there for the Greensboro ball carrier, trying to see who it is. And it's going to be Kewan Westmoreland. Westmoreland about 45 yards on the day.
Still coming off favoring that right shoulder.
Well, and he was injured a couple of weeks ago, and it was the shoulder. So he has not been 100%.
No, he's been very ginger on that right shoulder since that long run on the last drive from Torrance Kelly where he made a lead block out there. He's been very ginger on that shoulder, and he is frustrated with how bad it hurts over here on the sideline right now.
Looks like he actually lost a yard, so second down and 11. Turner throwing one way, or looking one way, throws the other just out of the reach of his intended target. Was looking for K.J. Brown.
And he had a step on him.
He sure did. K.J. Brown might have had a the thing about K.J., you know he's got some speed, too. So if that ball lands right in the breadbasket.
He's not getting called. That's a touchdown if K.J. Brown catches that ball. And it wasn't a bad ball by Turner by any means, just a couple steps.
Step off,
maybe a step off, and it would have been a Pride touchdown. And that, unfortunately, has been the theme of the night a couple times here, which has led us to a 27-7 score.
So third down and 11.
And Avondo's got his shoulder pads off over here on the sideline.
Yeah,
so
he's probably done for the night, I would think, at this point. Carr goes in motion. Turner wanting to air it out again now, rolling out near side, looking for some help. Somebody coming near him. It's going to be Privet who makes the catch. There's a late flag, and I think it's going to be a late hit on Brevard.
It is. Turner was planted long after Shamar Privet caught that pass and went out of bounds.
Pass, I think, went for minimal gain, but you're going to add on the penalty yardage, and it'll be a first down for Greensboro. Actually, now looking at where that ball's spotted, it ends up being about a 5 or 6 yard completion. It looks like.
I thought it was more than I thought it was. I thought
agree.
I thought it was coming right down the line of scrimmage almost, but it was a bit further away. And now the officials are discussing exactly what to call here.
Doesn't matter how you slice it; it will be a first down.
Yes.
On the penalty. This is a lengthy discussion happening here.
It sure is, and I mean it was a late flag, but I think I saw Turner got hit.
Honestly, I think you could look at two directions. I almost thought Privet got hit late out of bounds too.
They're calling targeting on that play, and it's going to be a first down.
Yeah,
I guess we'll have to find out who the targeting call was on. I didn't see a member of Brevard go off the field or over to the sideline, so we'll have to figure out who that would.
I think maybe 30.
Maybe C.J. Thomas.
It's going to be first down for Greensboro. It's going to be, they're going to spot it at the 29-yard line. Let's see if that sparks Greensboro a little bit between that and the fumble recovered just a few moments ago. Maybe Greensboro can get something going. 10:50 to go in the game. They're going to have two receivers to the near side, Privet and Carr. Two to the far side as well. Everybody's still just kind of hanging around here. It seems like a lot of confusion on both sides and the officials.
Yeah, Curtis Bowden Jr. coming in to replace the Tornado who was penalized for targeting, so he'll be the new guy on the Tornado defense.
So Turner with 4 receivers, dropping back now, wanting to throw. He's got pressure from behind, airs this one down the sideline. Privet looking for it, and it's incomplete. I tell you what, though, I got to give some credit there to Turner. Feeling that pressure from behind him, he's able to step up and get that ball off. Contested ball, yeah, absolutely, but I think he did a really good job sensing, hey, somebody's coming up from behind. I've got to get rid of the football.
Yep, and he's done that a couple times this drive. And as this game has gone on, Turner has gotten better, gotten more poised back there in the pocket. He hasn't crumbled. He hasn't looked.
He's learning on the job.
Right, he hasn't looked a whole lot like a freshman most of this game, and perfectly put there by you, learning on the job, doing a good job of that so far.
So 2nd down and 10 at the 29-yard line. 2 receivers both ways. And Torrance Kelly in the back with Turner. Drops back, looking to throw. Slings this one over the middle. Tight window, and that's caught at the 49-yard line. That's K.J. Brown, who slammed down. And a late flag coming in. That's going to be on the hit again for Brevard. But that's going to be a gain of about 20 yards on the pass and another Greensboro first down.
Plus the penalty on freshman defensive back T.J. Kroom there, who's
other team. T.J. Kroom's our guy.
Oh, sorry, other guy, other team. Looked at the wrong team. Holden Triminal. Looked at the wrong piece of paper there. Saw the helmet go flying.
Yeah.
got kind of thrown off there by the stiff arm from K.J. Brown, and I'm hoping they're not going to penalize him.
But how about the throw? A tight window there for Turner. The offensive line's walking back.
I was about to say, based on the offensive line walking backwards, looks like they are going to call a face mask on K.J. Brown, but it should still be a first down.
It was a great throw from Turner, and
Yes,
I think they're starting to feel a little more confident in letting him air it out a little bit.
I think he's starting to feel a little more confident in letting it go while we were trying to fix the broadcast in the first half. That's how he got a lot of his 76 yards.
It's going to be hands to the face on Brown. Repeating 2nd down.
Unfortunate break for K.J. Brown there. I think it was a good stiff arm. I think things just kind of got caught up, and
that's the way things have gone today.
And Triminal just wouldn't. He was too close, and the helmet coming off made it look like much worse than it was. I think it was just a stiff arm, and the helmet happened to come off on the stiff arm.
Yep, absolutely. 10:24 to go, and 1 step forward and 2 steps back for the Pride.
I did think they'd give him the first down, though. I did think that would happen. Since it happened on the other side of the sticks, it would still be a first down, but 2nd down now.
Turner dropping back again, rolling out to his left. I think there's a hold that doesn't get called. Turner now working his way near the 45-yard line, a little bit short of it.
Going to be enough for the first, though.
So they'll move the sticks, ends up getting a good bit of yardage. I think there was a hold on the left side of that line that didn't get called. But Greensboro, the recipient of that non-call, they'll move the sticks to the 45-yard line. Under 10 minutes to go. 2 receivers, both sides. Turner puts this one in the gut of Torrance Kelly, trying to get to the edge. He does get to the 50. A gain of about 5 on that one. It will bring up 2nd down and 5. You know, it's great to see Greensboro moving the ball here, but you're going to have to start seeing him use a little bit of pace, which means that Turner is going to have to connect on one of those passes before too long.
He sure is.
Team is riled up here on the near side.
Yep, that play came over to the Greensboro sidelines, and this has been a chippy one all evening.
It has. Since led over from the men's soccer game, I think.
Yep, ended in a little bit of chip there in that men's soccer game. This one started off that way and has been it ever since. Nothing has boiled over just yet, but there has been some tension on the field between these two teams all night long.
Under 9 minutes to go. Turner fakes the handoff, looking for some help. Finally finds Brown about a yard short of the first down.
I'm not sure if Turner almost fell down or if there was a man wrapped around his legs. And the way that Antonio King's getting up, it makes me think he was wrapped around his legs. That was a great play by Turner, a fantastic throw there. He was literally falling to the ground when he let the ball go.
It also looked like a little bit of indecision, like that was an option. He kind of started to put that in the belly of Torrance Kelly and then was indecisive about pulling it out or not. They do give him the first down, so they move the sticks at the 45-yard line. Turner is in the gun with 4 receivers. And Torrance Kelly in the background. Quick pressure here. Turner's going to have to take off. Airs this one out down the far sideline, and that one almost intercepted.
That's one of the prettiest balls Turner's thrown all night, running to the right side, throwing it almost back across his body. Put it out there nicely, just a little bit, just nice defense.
Yeah, that was Eli Ray almost making the interception. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 at the 44.
The other number 20, also 3 letters on the back of his jersey.
Yeah.
His is the full name, though. It's Ray, not ZFN.
That'd be interesting if Ray was short for something.
I was about to say.
7:56 to go, 2nd down and 10. I do like that they're still taking shots down the field, though.
Couldn't agree more. Again, stranger things have happened. Pride not all the way out of this one yet. Just a 3-score ball game.
Hands this one up the middle to Torrance Kelly. His head slams into the turf. Kind of a scary way to go down there, and he is a little slow getting up. But he jogs off, and Westmoreland checks back in. So it's going to be 3rd down and probably out 3 or 4. I think we'll call it 3. 3rd down and 3 here. And this is obviously 4-down territory.
Yes, 1,000%. On the other side of the field, approaching the 35-yard line. Absolutely do or die time here. 4 downs, 2 plays to get 3 yards.
And approaching 7 minutes to play in the contest. Brown in motion. High snap there for Turner. And here comes the rush. He is swallowed up. And leveled by, take your pick.
Yeah, Brevard. Leveled by Brevard.
Yep.
I think we're going to have to give it to Obadiah Grimes, the first one back there, but the rest of his team was not far behind.
Greensboro has now been sacked 31 times this year.
And I believe that's 7 on the night
7 tonight, yep, and 31 on the year.
Now, and it went from 2 plays to get 3 yards to now 1 play to get 12. All the way back to the 45 after that sack. If nothing else in the first start for the freshman Turner, he's taken some hits.
Yeah.
He's shown some toughness. He's proven that he can get back up again.
He's had to learn how to be tough in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes the quick rush again. Turner is leveled again.
Just hanging on for dear life to that
sure
football.
is.
He was stopped before it came out, though.
Yeah, he ends up having the football taken away.
Yeah.
And Greensboro with another turnover on downs, now 0 for 4 on 4th down. 6:10 to play. And I'm looking, I don't know that I see Beamish.
I was noticing that.
Yeah, we can't quite
once
see
they,
through
I was
the
about to say,
huddle.
once they break, even if he is in there, he's only 5'10".
We're
so
talented, but we don't have X-ray vision.
Nope, so you can't really see him until they break the huddle anyway behind some of his big uglies up there.
No, it is Beamish still out there. You see the curly hair coming out the bottom of the helmet. Yep. Ethan Beamish, 8 of 15 this year, or tonight rather. But don't expect to see him throw a whole lot more. Hands this one off to Williams. A couple of spin moves later, and he's picked up 11 yards, good for a 1st down.
Just that time already at the 2nd level before the first contact came, and with a guy, someone we've seen as shifty as Williams be tonight, that's not a recipe for success. Not getting any hands on him until he's already 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, got a full head of steam.
Yeah, there's an opportunity for Brevard to have not 1 but 2 100-yard rushers in this game. Williams is up over 85, and ZFM's at 72 as well. So depending on the play calling going forward for Brevard, 2 players could hit that 100-yard mark. 85 exactly for Williams after that carry. Beamish under center, hands it off to Williams again. Nice patient, waiting for the hole.
Oh, wow.
He's gone.
Yes,
he found the hole indeed, and he's going to be brought down
Chased
short.
Down. Fantastic effort there. Great effort play by Alan Redford.
Yeah, certainly thought he was going to take off, which he did. He's got his 100 yards.
And Greensboro just got a flag.
Frustration setting in for the Pride. No other way to put it.
I believe that was Zaire Ray with a little bit of extracurriculars there. And he's going to be flagged for it. Going to be a half the distance penalty because we're inside the 10-yard line, and so this one will make it even closer.
Yeah, I think it's at the 8.
And I know it's a bit cliche, it's often proverbial, but if you look over there to our left, I see that Brevard has, in fact, started their buses.
Yep, and see Chase Altus warming up right in front of us, too.
I think that means it may mean more shots taken by the Greensboro offense, which is a good sign.
I mean, what do you have to lose?
Right, not laying down, not giving up, don't want to go out and just hand it off 3 times and let Brevard do the same thing on the other side. Have some spunk, have some life on the offense. You can't knock it. I don't blame it one bit.
That's one thing you could say about this team. They have fought hard this year.
Mm-hmm. They fought hard all night here tonight. Just a couple bad breaks one way or the other. And inability to sustain a drive on offense has really got him. Over 4 on 4th down, 3 of those being 4th and relatively longs.
And of course, the best moment happens when we're not on the air.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah.
It was nice. We can tell you
it was great.
great.
I can tell you the first drive, Cameron Turner looked fantastic. I mean, he's looked good. He's looked good all night. I've been very impressed with the play from the freshman quarterback. He's not been the root of the problem here.
No interceptions, I think, is a huge thing
for this offense all night. As we know, that's been kind of the booger. That's kind of why he's in the game.
Hand off to Williams. He's in the end zone.
Yes,
touchdown. Yep. 4-yard carry right up the middle for Williams. Give him 125 yards, and he is the 3rd different running back for Brevard to find the end zone today. Touchdown comes with 4:41 to go in the game, and that more or less seals the deal.
Yep. Like I said, that will be just about all she wrote here from Pride Field. Obviously still 4:40 on the game clock. Going to see what this offense has to offer coming down the stretch. But realistically, no matter what, it'll be too little too late. The buses now have pulled into the parking lot.
Average final score is that kick, I think, it just snuck in. Kick is good. So 34-7. Average final score in this series history has been 38-10.
We're getting close.
34-7 with 4:41 to go. We'll step aside and take you to the finish. Well, no, we won't. We'll take you to the 2-minute warning when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Kickoff coming here, 4:41 to go. Kendrick Fruits, Vance Ballard.
Very different sidelines here at Pride Field. The white and blue, all energy, all excitement.
Kick high in the air. Privet will return it up the middle. He's brought down hard. Flag comes out.
Flying in, and
I don't think Privet ended up with the football.
No, he did not. Jace Jackson ended up with the football, but the flag is over on the far side. A bit of extracurriculars going on between Andrew Burgess and a member of the Tornadoes. We'll see which one of them is going to be penalized.
While we're waiting on this to get cleared up, a check of what's coming up on Greensboro College Athletics. Women's basketball has a closed scrimmage tomorrow against Guilford Tech, getting their season started, at least on the exhibition side of things. Golf in the O'Brien Jensen Memorial this weekend, and then women's volleyball on the road at Salem on Tuesday. Next home game is men's soccer against William Peace on Wednesday. Game starts at 7, pregame show at 6:45, and maybe the biggest soccer game of the year.
I was about to say that one, ladies and gentlemen, is for all the marbles.
Yep. Can we get 2 teams in the postseason for soccer this year? Answer very likely, or very well could be yes.
Yep.
Penalty is on Greensboro.
Yes, it is on Burgess.
But yeah, it could be 3 of the 4 fall teams in the postseason. Now, that is a little misleading because the USA South traditionally is not a strong football conference. So even if Greensboro was in contention, if you don't win the conference, you're likely not getting a postseason spot.
Right. But the other three more than likely are going to do so. Men's soccer still has a chance. That was a beautiful ball from Chase
pass
Altus.
there to KJ Brown, just in and out of the hands of Brown.
Yep, that was an absolutely beautiful pass from Chase Altus. And again, another one of those I've said a couple times tonight, KJ Brown, he'd still be running if he caught that pass. That one was right in the breadbasket.
And obviously, you bring your gunslinger out there and just see what happens at this point.
Turn Pride Field into the OK Corral.
Yeah, two receivers both ways. Altus fakes the handoff, now steps up. He's going to pick up a couple of yards before being brought down.
Yeah, nice job by Altus, not losing yards there, not taking a sack. Does gain about 4 on a short scramble.
Well, you hate to get blown out anytime in front of the home crowd. You hate to get blown out on homecoming even more, but crowd still lining the hill up there. And well, we were over there unsuccessfully trying to get connected to the internet. They were still tailgating in the parking lot.
Absolutely. Pride section still full. Brevard's fans have not left at all.
Altus hands this one or fakes the handoff. And he's finally brought down. A Greensboro helmet.
Yep, we've got a Pride helmet.
Off. Yep.
Dallas Fox goes flying. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. It's getting a little chippy. There's 3:46 left.
Well, and they're bringing the punting unit out, so I think they're throwing the white flag here too, or waving the white flag, if you will. 3:45 to go, and I think Greensboro is calling off the dogs. The Pride still have not reached 30 points in a game this year. This one they had a 7-0 lead and have given up 34 straight. Good punt there from Gallardi. Fair catch called for. And I think it hit off of a Greensboro player.
Yeah, I believe Zaire Ray.
He interfered with the fair catch.
Got a little too close.
Yep, he interfered with the catch there. So when it rains, it pours, and that's going to be the 10th penalty on Greensboro. Already came into that play with 9 penalties for 111 yards.
And the frustration is just oozing out of the pores of these Greensboro Pride players right now. Zaire Ray, the penalized member there, and he's still frustrated about it, frustrated with some members of the Tornadoes, so he'll take a break as the Pride defense will head back out onto the field to do what I would only imagine is just kind of wrap things up here. 3 minutes left in this one. It's all semantics at this point, Kendrick.
Yeah, this It's tough right now. You see the frustration. You can hear the frustration. We apologize if you heard some of the frustration.
Yeah.
But the ball will be spotted on the Greensboro 46. .314 to go.
And now we don't see Beamish. We've got Colson Siegler, sophomore, in at quarterback. For the Tornadoes. And just an interesting situation down here on the sidelines, miscommunication about who's supposed to be on the field. Things are just snowballing out of control right now for the Pride.
They sure are.
They really need these next 3 minutes to kind of hurry up.
Yep, handoff here and a pickup of 4 or 5 yards.
New running back for the Tornadoes as well.
They got to learn a whole new cast of characters now.
Nehemiah Floyd, freshman running back.
Are you still in the double numbers? Yep, sure.
Had to pick the right one.
Yeah, the freshman from Malden, South Carolina.
I mean, I guess it could have been Seth Robinson, but he's listed as a linebacker, so I'm going with Ford.
I mean, you can try something.
Yeah, I was about to say, we'll say Robinson's name in case his parents are watching out there. Shout out Robinson as well. Nehemiah Ford in the backfield, though.
Second down, and we'll call it 7. Expect Brevard to pretty much just keep this one on the ground. They do to Floyd. Maybe a yard if the officials are feeling generous. And That'll bring up third down and medium. I think they maybe gave him a half yard.
Yep, and that's going to take us down to our final break of the night, Kendrick.
Yeah, we'll take us down to the 2-minute break. 34-7 the score. And final 2 minutes when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Yep.
Final 2 minutes here. And third down, and we'll call it 7 for Brevard. See if they elect to keep it on the ground or not. Sigler, nope, he'll hand it off to Floyd again, goes right up the middle, crosses the 45 to the 44-yard line. Check that, crosses the 40-yard line to the 39, so a gain of about 4.
Not going to be enough for the first down, though.
No, call it fourth down. No, they just marked it at the 40, so fourth down and 4. And they're going to punt. Greensboro in no hurry to stop the clock.
Nope, Shamar Privet going to go back to return this one. I would imagine it's not going to be returnable if this is going to be a very short punt.
Well, I think here what you're going to see is perhaps Brevard take the delay of game, move them back 5 yards, and kind of give your punter a little bit more room.
Play clock's off on the field, so it wouldn't be hard to do anyway. Had a few glitches in the system there, so the play clock has been cut off.
Clock at 1:07, and they're going to take a timeout instead. I'm kind of surprised at that, Vance.
Yeah, I figured they'd just let the clock run all the way down, take that penalty, and back it up 5, give the punter some more room. But they'll stop the clock with 1:05 left. Three games left for these Pride. 2 of them at home. Senior Day against Methodist still to come next week versus LaGrange. Right back
be a tough
here.
One.
Yep, that's exactly what I was about to say. That one doesn't match up well on paper.
No.
Another tough task for Coach Card and company next week.
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of look at the way the season has gone, and you could make a case, say, hey, we could be 4-1 right now. Maybe it should be 4-1 or 3-2 or however you want to slice it. And if you were guessing wins and losses before the season, not a whole lot of people would have marked LaGrange as a possible win.
No, you got one that you probably wouldn't have, and a couple of losses that you probably wouldn't have already to this point. Definitely not 1-6 in the picture after the victory in the Soup Bowl over Guilford College, but that is where the Pride are headed.
This one punted away, high kick. Privet calling for a fair catch, and
that checked up like a pitching wedge. That was a fantastic punt by Vargas.
Down at the 5.
From Brevard.
Yep, it's going to be marked right at the 5-yard line. 57.8 to go. Almost wouldn't be surprised if Greensboro just runs it 2 times.
I was about to say, I'm thinking that's probably what we're going to see here is a couple handoffs and then a handshake line.
I'll tell you, this has been a trying day, both for the team and for us from a technical standpoint. And, not a whole lot to say that hasn't already been said.
No, couldn't agree more. Congratulations to the women's soccer team.
Absolutely. That was huge today. And unfortunately, we were trying to get Coach Johnson in here for a post-game comment at some point, but he had something come up. Obviously, they have another game left and against Salem. And while you don't take that one for granted because you still have some seeding to go, as that pass to McIntyre is going to be close to a first down. But at least you know if you're the women's team, you are in the dance.
Yep. And like you say, that's the only chance we need.
Yep.
We've seen that here in 2023 with the women's basketball team. All it takes is getting in the tournament, and good things can happen from there on out.
40 seconds to go. Alta's still slinging it. Fires over the middle to Carr. Good catch there. Over the middle to the 35-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of close to 20 yards.
You can see the difference in the two quarterbacks. You can see the experience in Altus with his decision-making, with when he lets the ball go and how he knows where the receivers are going to be. That's coming for Turner. He looked good tonight, but you can see the difference in experience between the two when Altus is on the field.
Another sling to McIntyre, good for about 13 yards and a first down. You know, the interesting thing about that, Greensboro has seemed to look the best on offense when they have moved the ball quickly. You know, the quicker the offense goes, you see the success of them working down the field. Unfortunately, they just can't maintain that speed. This is not your Buffalo Bills fun and gun, if you will. Altus dropping back, slings this one over the middle again. Oh, Carr dropped it.
That was off the shoulder pads of Carr. Another good ball from Altus. He's thrown really good passes while he has been in the field, on the field. But that, again, that's not something that was in question. It's more been his decision-making, the ability to hold on to the ball that led to Cameron Turner getting the start here tonight.
23 seconds remain. Altus in the gun. And he wants to air it out now. Instead, just throws over to the middle. A sliding catch made at the 40-yard line by Smith. I don't think we've called his name yet today. That's his first catch. Greensboro quickly trying to get into position. And a timeout's going to be called here, it looks like. I don't know who called that timeout.
At this point, I have two questions. Why and by who?
Yes, I think I share that sentiment. Although it doesn't, maybe it wasn't a timeout called. I think the officials just had to make sure that now they're going to talk. That's the last thing everybody needs is a conversation with 23 seconds left.
That feels a little bit unnecessary. I know you guys want to get things right, and we want to be. Also, they're going to.
So they're going to subtract 6 more seconds on the game clock.
Well, taking 6 seconds away after that, it could have been a worse result out of the official's decision there. Still a delay, trying to figure things out with the clock, getting it set to 17 seconds now. Just a few plays left.
And now they're going to wind the clock. Altus may have 1 or 2 shots at the end zone. Wants to air this one out. And he's got Privet. Catch made.
For a first down stop. Clock will stop while they reset the chains. Pride going to try and make something out of this. They're going to call a timeout here, Kendrick. They're going to try and make this a little bit more respectable. And I think I respect that from this offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Privet his last game was the 11th member in Greensboro College history to hit the 1,000-yard club. And needed 47 yards to move into a tie for 10th all-time. Had 20 before that catch. Not sure how much they've given him yet.
Still hasn't been officially low. 36. They give him 16 on that catch. So
okay, so he still needs 11 yards to move into 10th place, a tie of 10th place on the all-time receiving list.
Yep, and he's got 3 games after this to do that, but he also has 1 play here tonight to do it as well. And they're going to they're going to need at least 11 yards. Might as well try to get it from him.
7.5 left on the clock. I think the Greensboro sideline's already been kind of made aware that there could be some more post-game shenanigans.
I was about to say to head on a swivel.
Altus dropping back, looking Privett's way, fires towards the sideline, well out of bounds.
Miscommunication there. He threw that one behind Privet as Privet was continuing to run to the end zone.
3.3 on the clock. This should be the final play of the game. Obviously has been well decided for some time now, but
yeah.
Greensboro just trying to get in the end zone one last time. A disappointing senior day homecoming. A sour end to what's been a fantastic week. Altus dropping back. Here comes pressure, and he flips it forward. And that will do it.
That's about a poetic end to this
Yep.
one, and that just kind of a culmination of the way things have gone for the Pride all in one play right there.
Yep, not a whole lot. There could be a whole lot to say. Not a whole lot we want to say about this one. Final score, Brevard wins it 34-7. We'll break down some of the numbers here. The big thing, Greensboro had a 7-0 lead and then gave up 34 straight points. That's the long and the short of what happened here tonight.
Another key number, another big thing there, 9 total times the Greensboro Pride quarterbacks were sacked tonight.
Yep.
7, the total number of points they scored, and that came on the first drive. So
absolutely.
It didn't go well, and then it kept getting worse. 34 unanswered out of Brevard, and it came predominantly on the ground from them. They were led by Williams with 14 carries for 126 yards. He had a touchdown. ZFM had a touchdown. Jeremiah Lane had a rushing touchdown. Kendrick mentioned it on the broadcast. 3 different backs for the Tornadoes find the end zone. Jeremiah Lane also found it on the opening kick return of the second half. And I think 0 for 4 on fourth down is probably one of the bigger numbers we need to talk about as well, Kendrick.
Sure, just kind of baffled.
Yeah.
Honestly, every week you try to find the positive spin on it, and yet they still find another different way to lose a game. And came out here high energy in this one today, and you thought maybe the quarterback change would spark something, and in some ways it did. 72 yards on the ground for Turner and 83 passing, so he's responsible for 155 all-purpose yards. Torrance Kelly, 88 yards on the ground. It's not like they had a bad day running the football, but, some rookie mistakes by the freshmen and some poorly timed penalties. 10 penalties for 126 yards, and at the end of the day, it just adds up to another loss.
It sure does, and this is something we talked about all day long, really, Kendrick. The first time you mentioned it was during our first soccer broadcast there. Watch the third quarter. You talked about the struggles from this Pride team in the third quarter. 18 plays for Brevard, 99 yards in the third quarter. 13 plays for Greensboro, 5 yards in the third quarter.
Wow.
So once again, the third quarter reared its ugly head. 5.5 yards per play in that quarter, under 1 yard per play from the Pride in the third quarter. And it was mostly just that quarter, because if you look at the fourth quarter, Greensboro ran now this was garbage time, so you got to take that for what it will. Take that for what you will. 27 plays from the Pride in the fourth quarter, 147 yards total, to 9 plays and 86 yards for Brevard. Now they still gave up a lot of yards on those plays. That's not what I'm saying, but that's a whole lot better than 5 on their end.
Yeah, Greensboro has now been outscored 64-7 in the third quarter this year.
And that's what it's come down to. It's all this game is all about putting together a complete 60 minutes, and the Pride have failed to do so here yet again tonight. I'm not sure that there was really anything they could have done against this Brevard team, who came out a little flat on that first drive. But again, as I said while we were trying to fix the broadcast, and then I told you about before we were about to come on, I think a lot of the momentum, all of it that Greensboro earned on that first drive by driving down the field, scoring a touchdown, by coming out on their first defensive drive, getting a 3-and-out, that had a lot of excitement from the crowd, and this whole homecoming environment was very, very live at that point. And all it took was one fell swoop of a fumble punt return. Brevard got the ball back, scored on the very next play, and you could feel it just like that. All the momentum that Greensboro had earned was immediately taken away, and they almost, while it was still tied actually Greensboro was still in the lead at that point. Brevard missed the extra point. It was 7-6. It almost felt like that score put Brevard ahead, and it was just too much for the Pride to overcome from that point on.
Yeah, and all week leading up to this game, we were looking at Beamish and talking about Beamish, and they did a good job really keeping him in check today. 8 of 15, 136 yards and a touchdown. But they didn't really need a whole lot from him, did Brevard, when they get 238 yards on the ground from their contingent of running backs and the 3 touchdowns. So, you do a good job kind of containing the opposing quarterback, who's been one of the best quarterbacks in the USA South. But Brevard doing a good job kind of with the counter plan there. Look at some of the numbers. Greensboro outgains, or at least picks up more first downs, 25-19. Rushing yards, both teams go over 200 yards in net rushing, 238 to Brevard, 207 for Greensboro. Total yards, 374 for Brevard, 360 for Greensboro. Both teams lose 1 fumble, 9 penalties, 111 yards for Brevard, and 10 penalties, 126 for Greensboro. Time of possession, Greensboro dominates that, 37 minutes, 38 seconds, 6 of 14 on third down, 0 of 4 on fourth down. Brevard was only 3 of 7 on third down and 0 of 1 on fourth down. I think that's another big thing, is that Brevard did not need to go deep into their downs. A lot of converting first downs early and quick scores. They didn't have a whole lot of third down situations. Leading passer today, Beamish, we mentioned, 8 of 15, 136 and a touchdown. Williams, 14 carries, 125 and a score. And Fauntleroy McDaniel with 5 carries, 72 yards and a touchdown. Lane had 2 touches, 23 and a score. Leading receiver today, Douglas, 4 catches, 50 yards. Bolton had 1 catch for 54 yards. Robertson had a catch for 20 yards. For Greensboro offensively, Turner goes 8 of 19, 83 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions, but as Vance mentioned, the 8 sacks today. Altus 5 of 10, 70 yards, and sacked 1 time. Torrance Kelly, 13 carries, 88 yards. Turner, 24 carries. That's a lot for a quarterback. 24 carries for 72 yards. Westmoreland, 9 touches, 43 yards. Leading receivers, Brown and Carr, both with 3 catches and 43 yards. And Shamar Privet, 3 catches for 40 yards. And he will be just 7 yards shy of 10th place all time at the end of today's game. Defensively today for Brevard, Grimes leading the way with 2 sacks today. So too did Dorsey have a couple. Ramey, 13 tackles to lead the team. For Greensboro, Holman with a sack, half sacks for Walker and Crenshaw. And as far as the tackles go, Barnes leading the way with 6, Zaire Ray with 5. However you slice up the numbers, it adds up to a 34-7 loss here on homecoming. Vance, let's wrap this up. It's been a long day. So
it sure has. You've been here for quite some time. This is your 3rd broadcast of the day, 2nd for me. They've both been a fantastic time, a true pleasure as always. Sitting down at Pride Field, getting to watch some Greensboro College sports is a true joy. Getting to do it alongside Kendrick Fruits makes it even better each time.
Well, give us your final thoughts on the game and on the day as a whole.
Well, final thoughts on this game as a whole. Offensively, a bit of a struggle, but I think there are. You say you always want to find some positive takeaways. I think there are some positive takeaways with a few things that Cameron Turner did at the quarterback position. He showed immense toughness, getting sacked 8 times in your first start as a freshman and still getting up each and every time. He ran the ball with a purpose as well. I mean, we talked about it right here at the 50, actually. He put the wood on a couple of the Brevard defenders. He brought the lumber. He was the one delivering the blows. He didn't shy away from any of that. As the game went on, he looked better and better with his decision-making, with his processing. So I think there are some positive things you can take away from Cameron Turner. This defense got a little gassed. I was very surprised of how the rushing attack from Brevard worked against this defense. Need to get back in the lab maybe with that D-line, one of the stronger units on this team. And I think that, honestly, despite the numbers Greensboro put up on the ground, I think Brevard came in prepared for that, and they were willing to let that happen a little bit, knowing the questions and knowing some of the struggles that have been the quarterback play, and that's just really what it was. They were willing to let Westmoreland and Torrance Kelly get 70, get 80 yards apiece, and then just work from there. When they do get those couple plays where we look up and it's 3rd 5, 3rd 6, and 3rd and plus, and now they have to make a play, and that's just where the Pride fell short, and they were unable to do so on both 3rd and 4th downs. But I do think there is some promise in some parts of this offense. I definitely think Cameron Turner has a bright future as a quarterback.
Absolutely, and well, we'll try it again next week. We'll re-rack
right back
for
here.
LaGrange. But before we get to that, we have a big game on Wednesday. Men's soccer taking on William Peace. A 7 o'clock start time. We'll be on the air with the pregame show at 6:45. Remember, 1 point will send men's soccer to the USA South Tournament. Women's soccer clinched their spot earlier today with a big victory against North Carolina Wesleyan, and nobody is happier than Cameron Marcondes. She's been looking for that first goal all year. Finally got her first collegiate goal earlier today to make it 1-0 in a game they eventually won by a score of 2-0. Well, that'll wrap everything up here for Homecoming 2025. It has been a long day. It has been a fun weekend, a great Hall of Fame ceremony last night, and a fun slate of games today, even with our technical difficulties here in the final game. And we've got to give a big shout out, and I know I'm going to miss some names here, but while we were dealing with our tech issues, we had all hands on deck, and we got to give a shout out. Aaron Fernandez, Jenna Miller, Coach McDuffie, Rob Hevner, the golf coach, everybody pitching in to help us out there, and a big thank you to them. And you know, we couldn't have done it without them, and we really appreciate them. That'll wrap everything up here for us today. A big thank you to our Director of Sports Information, Stephen Whitenhouse, our Athletic Director, Jerry Fisk, who joined us in the first game today, and Marion Manley, and all of our other game day staff that helped today as well, and for Vance Ballard, who came in and joined us for a couple of games, and you'll hear him on the airwaves a couple more times this year, and hopefully a lot more in the spring. But that'll wrap everything up for tonight. I'm Kendrick Fruits, wishing you a green and white good night and happy homecoming. This has been a presentation of Greensboro College football on the Greensboro College Sports Network.